Hello, I am Jean Knight Pace. Welcome to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk about 5 ways that feminism is failing us in young adult literature. Number 1, mean girls. Is this even really a thing, like some kind of queen-like girl who hates everyone and is mean to everyone, but is somehow still universally adored? My very own in real life daughters say, "Mom, that's not a thing." I don't think it's a thing either. Yes, there are girls who are sometimes mean. There are even girls who target and bully other girls. But for some like queen bee to exist who's mean to everyone all the time, but still gets all the boys and is loved by all the girls, that's not a thing. It's a tired old trope that we need to stop jabbing down our daughters' throats. For one thing, it divides us against each other. And maybe even more dangerous is that we start kind of looking for the mean girls among us. And when we do this, first of all, we're looking for some negative qualities in other women. Secondly, we're failing to see maybe a little bit of the mean girl in us that we could be working on instead. Number 2, mean boys. Who are your main character's boyfriend or love interest? I don't care if you have mean boys in your young adult fiction. I really don't. But when they are manipulative, abusive, hugely patriarchal, or just kind of lazy, and they are the only love interest for your main character, and they are super hot, so all those other things don't seem to matter, I take issue with that. It's not a message that I think our girls should be fed on a constant basis. In fact, I had a very important conversation with my very own real-life 13-year-old just a few days ago about how love won't change a bad man into a good man. Love does a lot of things in this world that are very good. It gives people room to change and improve and develop. But if you're in a relationship with someone who is abusing you or manipulating you or putting you down or just not doing anything and sitting on their lazy bottom, it is time for our girls to get out of those relationships. I don't care how hot he is, because in 5 years, he's not gonna seem that hot no matter what. Number 3, while we're talking about boys, we might as well talk about sex. We need to talk about the fact that sex matters. I feel like the new trend in this new world is to pretend that it doesn't. But the fact is, if sex didn't matter, then it wouldn't matter if your husband or boyfriend cheated on you. It wouldn't matter if you had sex with children. And I bet that sentence made you cringe, because it made me cringe to say it. But it does matter. Sex and waving are different things. Waving doesn't matter. Sex does. If sex didn't matter, then sexual assault wouldn't be a thing, because it wouldn't be very important. Sex does matter. We all have different values surrounding sex. We all have different core beliefs and moral codes. I don't expect all of those belief systems to line up in perfect unity, but I think we need to stop pretending as writers that sex doesn't matter at all. And while we stop pretending that, let's talk about number 4. Sex has consequences. Some of those consequences are great. Some are not so great. But there are always consequences. Sex can build a relationship between you and another character. Sex can feel good. Sex can also give you STDs and get you pregnant. When we see a lot of characters having a lot of sex in a lot of non-committal ways with a lot of people they don't really care about, it can be really confusing. And it can be really confusing when there are no consequences to that. If nothing else, it hurts to feel like sex matters and to feel like sex has consequences and to have everything in society telling you that it doesn't. Number 5. While we're talking about sex, I figured we could talk about violence too. It is a trend in young adult fiction to have super strong female characters. I support that. I'm totally behind it. I love strong female characters. That said, I see a little bitty 110-pound character beating the heck out of a 250-pound wall of man. It strikes me as a little unrealistic, especially when she's untrained, doesn't have any magical potion she just drank, isn't part of the Amazon princess warriors, whatever. She's just a girl who all of a sudden got in a fist fight with a boy who's way bigger and frankly way stronger than her. I don't think it serves our children to feed them this lie because it's completely unrealistic, and the more important reason, it sets us up to believe that there's only one type of strength. If you can win somebody in a fight, then you're strong. If you can win that arm wrestling match or that drinking match or punch somebody in the face and have them fall down on the ground, you're strong. Well, that is one type of strength, but there are dozens of other ways that our girls can be strong. And when we only focus on the physical and ignore all of those other aspects of strength, we are doing them a disservice. This is especially true if they get older and realize that in real life, they're actually not as strong as a lot of the boys who are their peers. That makes them just feel weak. But if we've taught them that they can be strong in hundreds of other ways, then we've done them a lot of good. And I want to kind of give a shout out to Marissa Meyer here because I think she does a great job of this in her Lunar Chronicles. Her female characters are all different in personality and in the way they look, and yet they are all strong. My favorite character is in Winter, and I just like that she is not traditionally strong. She's not super buff. She's not always even super brave, but she knows her weaknesses. She's willing to fight for the people she cares about, even when it requires compromise and hurt on her part. She does just like the thing that we women are always doing. We're standing up for what we know we need to stand up for, and that is what I want to see portrayed as strength in fiction, more than some of the traditional fights. Now, if you've got a butt-kicking assassin, I'm totally fine with it. We just need to have the build-up and some of the realism behind that. And we need to not forget that there are a million ways that we as girls and women can be strong. So there you have it. The 5 ways I believe that feminism is failing us in young adults. I hope to see you later. Like and subscribe. Bye.